Well, the business of bodybuilding is a Sean Ray quote. He coined that, I believe. I got to give credit where credit's due. Because for Sean, it was always about a business. I don't think it ever was about the love of the sport with him. He liked bodybuilding, but he liked money better. And so he always was thinking business-wise, and that's why he always made a living in the sport. He still makes a living somehow, irks it out, and winds up getting people to pay him money to do what he does. So for him, it was always a business, and he wanted to make his living from that. I started out as a love for bodybuilding, and I always wanted to earn a living doing it, but I didn't know how that was going to happen. So I just went out there and did it, that type of thing. I never had like a business plan in mind. I just did bodybuilding the best that I could be. I always educated people because that's just the way I was. I always put information out there. And I always said, what, if I do that on a regular basis, I have a feeling somehow I'll make a living from that. And luckily I did. Luckily, the right doors opened for me. People saw what I was doing. They gravitated towards me. People hired me to do certain things. Companies, I worked for companies. Then I, of course, started my own companies. So everyone goes about things a different way. Some people have a business plan ahead of time, and that's the way they do it. For me, if I would have made it too much of a business plan with this is how I have to act, it would have killed the fun of it for me, and I probably wouldn't have gone forward with it. My history of doing anything in life is centered around me enjoying what I'm doing. And if I don't enjoy what I'm doing and it starts becoming too much like work, in the sense that work I don't want to do, then I move away from it. So I just know my personality. Luckily for me, I have an awesome wife who runs Species Nutrition and the RXMuscle business, my Dave Palumbo business, and she makes sure everything gets ordered and people pay their money and all that stuff, because that's the stuff I don't like to do, and she's really good at that. So it works. But the bottom line is that if you want to be in the sport of bodybuilding and make a living from it, you have to figure out a niche for yourself, because if you don't, then it's just a hobby. Because very few people make enough prize money to earn a living, and even if you do, if you don't figure out what you're going to do after you compete, then as soon as you're done competing, you're going back to you're getting a regular job. And so there always has to be some sort of a idea of, hey, what am I good at? What part of the sport do I really like? And can I find a niche for myself to earn a living for the rest of my life?